What's going on, guys? I'm Shane from Rocket Powered Sound, your #1 go-to for Serum tutorials on YouTube. But in today's video, we're going to be checking out how to make this awesome Skrillex growl. And yes, it's an actual Skrillex growl. It's really heavy. This is what it sounds like. If that is not heavy, I don't know what is. If you guys like that sound and you're new here, make sure you guys consider clicking that subscribe button, of course. I hate going through this every video, but I feel like some of you guys are watching this and you're not already subscribed. So you're missing out. I'm not doing this just for me because, of course, I like seeing the sub numbers, but, you know, more for you. That seems like more of a personal issue. You're missing out on the best Serum tutorials on YouTube. And who wants to miss out on that? If you don't believe me, check out our other videos. Check out this video. Anyways, let's go straight into this sound, jump right into it. First things first, oscillator A, we're gonna go into our analog, and this is, let me see, where are you? Oh wait, hold up. Digital, I'm sorry, not analog. We're gonna go to perfect sequenced steps. So, if we just run through this. Okay, that sounds pretty gross, but we're going to make a cool sound out of it. So we're going to turn on oscillator B, and oscillator B is going to be the host for the frequency modulation. So we're basically just going to go into our basic shapes, and we're going to select our saw waveform. So this is our basic sawtooth. Okay, one sec. I cannot find my keys. And that is our saw waveform. So, alright, my monitor was just freaking out, so I had to adjust something back there. But anyways, yeah, we're really just going to adjust the octave up to. But that's not going to come into play until we turn on our frequency modulation from oscillator A. Let's turn that up. Okay, that sounds different. And of course, since we are running frequency modulation, we don't need two oscillators to be both outputting sound. So we're going to turn down oscillator A's level, and so that way the host, or oscillator B, is going to be outputting the sound. And we're just simply going to turn this up 2 octaves. Okay. Alright, not too shabby, alright? Now what we're going to do here is we're going to turn up the voices both up 9. So we're getting a lot of stereo width on the sound. Turn on the detune because that's a little bit too much, especially for like a growly bass. We don't want a detuned sound, come on. And then finally we're going to turn on the random phase here. Okay, so as you can hear, that is starting to add in like a sound. And yeah, it is kind of making the growl a lot more heavy on initial start. The reason we're using 9 voices as opposed to 10 or 8 is because if we take a look here, we can see that on the 9th voice, we do have one mono voice in the middle, and then the rest are all stereo around. So we still can maintain a really solid core sound, as well as having a lot more space on the outside of stereo. So next we're going to move into our high pass filter, and high pass filters are great for making growls. Almost every song, it's a little bit sad, but basically all the dubstep songs are using high pass filters for the growls. It's just getting a little overused, but they're great. You can never go wrong with a high pass. What we're going to be doing here is we're actually going to be modulating our first thing. Okay, that sounds a little bit better. All right, so now we're getting more in like the growly octaves. So anyways, we're going to turn up the cutoff. Oh, I'm sorry. We need to turn it on for oscillator B in order for the sound to take effect. So turn that on because we are running all the sound through oscillator B. And as you can hear, that is a kind of talking sound. We're going to use the resonance to kind of amplify that vocally sound. And now you can really hear how that's starting to come together. We're simply just going to modulate this. Put it on trigger, and guys, my mother just interrupted my video. It's all good. Let's continue. This is we're gonna leave this on 1/2. The reason I kind of leave it around here is because we can modulate this however we want. Just kind of gives us that freedom to just kind of, if we want to go like this. All right, so I'm just going to leave it how I originally had it, something like this. And then for the voicing, we're going to put on mono and then legato, and we're going to put up the portamento. That way we can actually have a little bit of pitch bend in the sound, and that's what Skrillex is always using. Skrillex, aka Daddy. I'm kidding. I'm actually not, but no, I'm kidding. Okay, we're going to turn on our effects, and we're going to go to our filter. And here we're going to select our reverb filter in the miscellaneous, and that's really going to soften up the sound. When we put it around here, that starts to sound really good. Also, guys, we could turn up the drive a bit on the filter. But anyways, yeah, back into the effects. So we're going to turn up the cutoff till we get a nice tone like that. That's really it. The reverb filter is one of the best. I shouldn't say always, because this is very specific to certain sounds, but I put this on quite a few of my sounds here, and it could really also kind of change the sound just by modulating the cutoff. For example, see how weird that sounds, but you could do some really cool stuff with it. Let's move into our hyper and dimension. I don't know why, but I'm having a hard time speaking today. I don't know what's the deal. Lack of sleep. I just woke up from a nap, so maybe that could be it. Let's turn the dimension down to about 2% and the mix up to about 22. Mix for the hyper, you guys already know. We're just going to turn that down just a tad bit. Finally, compressor, we're going to select multi-band and we're going to turn up the gain. Now we're going to go into our EQ, and this is really going to shape the vowel movement. We're just going to put this on here. All right, sounding really cool now. One thing that we can do is we're just going to shape our envelope. So our amplitude envelope. So basically this is going to follow the entire volume of the sound. So it's going to make it sound a little bit more cleaner. All right, so that's really all it takes, guys. Of course, I did put on an OTT in the background, if you can see that here. But that's just for fun, you know. This is what it sounds like without it. It just makes it sound a lot more heavier. Anyways, guys, kind of weird tutorial. I can't talk today, so please excuse me. That was just a little bit weird, bizarre. I just kind of wanted to pump this tutorial out because it's a really cool sound, and I wanted you guys to have it as soon as possible. So anyways, this is Shane from Rocket Powered Sound, and I will catch you guys in the next video.